Check.
What do you
check.
want me to do?
Just talk into it. So
Billy. Billy
Look like is it hitting around 12?
Oh, yeah.
Billy.
Check. Okay.
Oh, Billy.
We're good, I believe. Welcome to the Strange Findings podcast. I am Frank. With me, as always, is Ray.
Hello.
And look who we got over here.
Special guest.
From ZTO Radio, we got Scott with 3 T's, the extra T's for extra talent. I always say that. No, I don't.
I don't know. It's the first time I've ever
I've never heard
I always put 3 T's on his name whenever we're
that's
in the
a clever
video.
little thing you do.
Yeah, that's the thing I do. We would have had 4 today because I invited old Jerry Sandusky, not the rapist,
Yeah.
but
Yes,
our
did.
cohort. Now, I think I uncovered a strange finding with this dude, and I'm talking to you, Jerry, because I invited him out, and I want you to tell me, because I think that what he does is if I throw a concept at him that he's not comfortable with, he fucking abandons shit. Because it's happened several times, and I've told you, he over-explains things and gives me like a long fucking thing. If anybody knows our friend Jordan, who we call Jerry Sandusky, maybe you can verify this story. I told him, we're recording at 10 tonight at Scott's if you're bored. He said, yeah, I'll be down.
Cool.
So I said, we're doing strange findings and a scenes from the house. Bring 3 weird news stories. So I'm thinking, like, he's like 3 weird news stories, and they might throw me in the sketch thing they do. Goo. So this is the long-winded thing he sends me. Ain't gonna be able to come tonight now. I gotta help mom and dad get rid of a love seat out of their dining room because they're getting a new one from the Restore place in Findlay. And then tomorrow morning I gotta go with them to get a couple new recliners off somebody from a Facebook sales site. They just told me this shit, of course, the last minute, and I'm in 4 Acre playing games with one of my buddies at his house, so now I'm rushing to get back home like hell on wheels, of course. LOL, sorry about that, man. I will show up on the next one you guys are having. So,
I think he wanted to stay and play video games.
yeah.
That's
whatever.
what I would have done.
But I just want to say, Jerry, you can just be honest with us and tell us no. It can be a short message. It can just be like, no thanks, that doesn't sound like my kind of gig. You can be honest with us. We don't even care if you say fuck you, just, there's no need for that.
Mine are usually like, no, I'm going to lay on my couch, Frank.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to say no. It's just something we do for fun. But since we are doing Strange Findings, Scott will have a segment later on. Let's start it off like we always do with Mr. Ray McGuff and Ray's Findings.
Hot off the presses. Are you guys familiar with Oregon?
The
Yeah.
state?
The state?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was going to say
The man.
the suburb of Toledo.
Well, that's funny. It's Oregon, Washington.
Oh,
So, yeah,
so
huh?
it's a town.
Yeah,
in
pretty
the
cool.
state
I'll be
of
damned.
Washington.
They're throwing a curveball at me, huh?
They had in their little town a police escalation. We were talking about police before this segment started,
Right.
and we in small towns sometimes police forces flip out. This happened, Oregon, Washington. Burglar call. The police, all of them converge on this house. Neighbors called a burglar situation in. Is this one of your stories?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, because you're looking at me like.
I mean, I'm into it.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, the police, they come, guns drawn, they knock, nobody's home, they kick the door in. And what do they find? The house is a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Not a burglar. The Roomba had an update, and it fucked it up, and it was
Wow.
Matt's scheme got all jacked up for the house, and it started just knocking shit over. And so it was so loud, it went like ape shit. It was like they
Wow.
found it was running in a hole in a wall. So they had to kill it like a fucking robot. Guy stomps on it, gets it to stop moving, and turns it over and rips the guts out of it.
Oh my god.
And it was a cop, but how loud did this thing have to be for a neighbor to call the cops?
Yeah, it's like
there's a burglar.
I mean, yeah, if it's banging on the wall, yeah. I mean,
they said it had
Yeah,
banged
you can be
almost
close next door to somebody, and I think if you know that they're not home and you hear stuff crashing in their house, it could be a couple things fall. My guess is a table that's like not super sturdy but has some glass shit on it, and it just runs into it, and then maybe bangs into the wall a little bit. And they're just like,
I like to think they kick the door in and it's like
man. Yeah.
this thing's just going, and he's like, I gotta do it, let's get it. And it rolls. Yeah.
Speaking of which, that's coming. It's coming.
Oh, yeah,
and
I fell off that wagon all the time.
the humanoid type robots are obviously what's next. That's what we're gonna do. You know, and it makes the most sense because they articulate like we do, and we can talk to
But
it.
this is a vacuum
and stuff.
robot.
But that's just that's what I'm saying.
That's a
Like,
vacuum.
that's just a vacuum. Imagine the the power necessary to have a humanoid robot and the problems that could
Did you
that
hear
could cause.
that
It's
some guy,
started kicking everything.
some guy recently took a Roomba and programmed it to cuss when it ran into stuff.
Oh, I saw that too.
So
yeah.
can you imagine if those two worlds combined and it's
Right.
just it's some Roomba just bamming through a wall.
It's two
Fuck,
Roombas
fuck,
and they run
fuck,
into each other.
fuck,
And it's
fuck.
like shit. And then the other Roomba's like, must destroy humans. Yeah.
Well, I heard that there was two computers that had had AI enabled or whatever, and they had developed a language that no one could understand. They were communicating with each other.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
But think
That's
about
not
how
what cool.
it's pretty scary, though.
I really want to die in an apocalypse that's that epic.
Yeah.
I want an asteroid, a zombie uprising, a robot uprising would be really cool. I want to go and fight off the grid and live day to day. I don't want to have to do like a 9-to-5 job anymore.
You're looking for excitement.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit of all of us that wants to see.
Yeah, I want to see the world destroyed.
But it's not you don't want to like actively make it happen. You're just saying.
No, I don't. No,
that-
I'm not involved.
that if,
You just want to sit back
that if
and
it
laugh
was, like-
as everyone panics to save their stupid lives.
We could do this.
Right?
We could do this because we would there would be no internet. We would just be like talking into nothing.
I know.
You know. But
This
then
is what we used to
hey
do.
guys, remember
We do it anyway.
Remember what
Yeah.
we used to talk about when the robots took over? Yeah,
And
and,
we
then
gotta-
they did.
And dude, I just think it'd be fun. I gotta go place to survive.
Yeah.
Come up with new ways to kill people.
But like, I just imagine my perspective on it is like, oh yeah, this makes sense, guys. Though, like, we'd all be watching, like,
Yeah.
you guys did that. You did this.
Yeah.
You knew that you shouldn't make computers so fucking smart.
Right.
You knew that they made movies about it before it
I was
happened.
fine with
Like,
my
how many,
TV.
how many hijacking movies were there in the 90s before 9/11 happened?
Oh, my God.
A bunch.
Tons, yeah.
We could go on for 20 minutes. Dave.
Yeah.
Same deal. We're like, it started with Isaac Asimov, I believe.
Yeah.
Was
iRobot.
iRobot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The idea's been around for so long, in different forms.
Oh
that,
yeah.
It's gonna be
we're still doing it though. Everybody's pretending like,
Yeah.
no, that's the
No, but we can make them
That's
smarter.
the-
Though. Or Jurassic Park's another one. They're trying to bring back Jurassic animals.
Right. Well, look, I want realistic sex bots as much as the next guy.
Right.
Okay. But I don't want them to like become too realistic. Like, I don't want to go turn my sex bot on at some point and have it go, nah, not today. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to get to be that realistic.
Well, yeah. And
Hey, have you done all that chures? No.
Why don't you talk
come to
to
put
me
my wiener
anymore,
in your
Randy?
mouth?
Well, and I heard that they
You
were
never listen, Randy.
Yeah.
I heard they were programming some of these sex bots to have have to require consent. What fucking sense does that make? Would a woman ever like buy a vibrator that might not be fucking standing
Sometimes
up,
they-
right?
no,
Might
I
get
think-
limp,
I think
might
that-
not work, might
I think
require
that
pills.
there's
or
a
something?
significant part of the population that needs that to do it. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So I think maybe that's more of what
Yes,
it is.
please,
Like
fuck
they
me.
want you. They want you to.
I just want it to be hot to try. Like, I turned on, it's like, yeah, it's robot time. I'm like,
Like, so you're saying nothing. That must be. That's just,
no, like,
that's good to me.
I don't need it to
You
say
want it to
like,
be just like a 80s college girl from a movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Those are
let's go. You want a beer?
yeah.
Well, I mean that'll be a definite population control.
Just sit
if,
here,
if we
shave.
have those.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
would. It's smart.
yeah.
Just sitting here shaving my beef.
And it actually does grow. And she
Yeah.
actually has to. There's a lot of responsibilities. Has a period.
Oh,
There's certain times you just can't.
Let's not take it up to that one.
Well, let's move on to your next topic.
Okay, yeah, sorry. We can talk about sex bots all day.
Yeah, all night, all night.
All right, here we go. Beep, 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 beep. Just in Lake Elsinore, California.
Oh,
Sleepy little town. They're in the middle of what's called a poppy apocalypse.
oh no.
They have poppy flowers there, and it's a
Just
small
growing
town.
Wild.
Yeah, wild, and they're apparently beautiful. And 100,000 tourists showed up to take selfies with these poppy plants. And the village people, the town elders, what have you, they are pissed because they can't do anything in their town. It's a small little town.
Yeah.
So there's all these millennials there taking selfies, and they're just like, oh, God, I want to go back to fucking eating at the Waffle House at 4 o'clock with no traffic. All the hotels are booked. It's an apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
It's a poppy apocalypse.
Poppy.
Yeah. I just thought it was crazy.
Well, I mean, these are like heroin. You could make opium out of these puppies.
You could, but that's not what they're for. They're just grow in the wild. It's not like they're harvesting.
You know what I thought you were going to say
Decorative
at first?
poppy, I believe.
Because poppies are the flower in Wizard of Oz that they fall asleep. I thought you said all these tourists came and just fell asleep.
Poppies will make you asleep. That's what she says. But no, they just are. They want their fucking town back.
I understand.
They want these kids with millennium sticks, as they call them.
Yeah.
Selfie
sticks.
Selfie sticks.
That blows my mind that that's still a thing.
Yeah, and they're like, we just want you to get the fuck out of our town.
Yeah.
Go home. So I just thought it was bunch of grumpy old people going, hey, get the fuck out of my lawn.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I
great.
can see that. Makes sense. I'd be like that, though.
Poppy apocalypse.
I get pissed off on Friday when town's a little bit congested up there.
Yeah. When there's
I lost my mind this morning. It was like, not this morning, this afternoon. It was like 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Yeah. In Kenton.
In Kenton, and I thought it was. What happened? Was there a festival?
Yeah.
There was,
on Friday when I
was like.
I was trying to go through
God.
downtown and I got stuck in the intersection twice in a row. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Go up. Move up. And then the light went green and I'm still in the fucking intersection. The light all the way up there is green and they're still not fucking going. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. Go.
Somebody in the car in front of you, one of the people is not paying attention. Yeah. Somebody along the line.
Oh, and you know who pisses me off? This dude here.
Sorry, everybody.
This dude here. This guy that comes right up beside you.
Yeah.
Because he's going to turn right and he doesn't want to wait on your shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you. If you do that, fuck you. If you guys do that, fuck you. I don't know if you do.
I just try to drive with consideration for everyone around me.
Yeah.
But other people don't do that.
Yeah.
That's what we should do.
Anyways, let's move on to your third topic here.
Third and final topic.
Woo!
Hot off the presses. Are you guys familiar with Game of Thrones? This sweeping the nation.
I've never seen
Nope.
it.
I've never seen it.
Khaleesi.
I've never seen it.
Okay, well, it's an amazing show, and you're fucking missing out, and that's fuck you. But this person's a fanatic that is to the next level.
Yeah, I know what you're going to talk about too.
Really?
I see your note.
I don't.
What, the Sweden guy?
Oh no.
So this guy from Sweden, his name is Josefin Wallana. He drove 8 hours from his place in Sweden to the Arctic, to the middle of fucking Arctic, and rented some mush dogs to find this Game of Thrones replica throne that HBO hid out there to take a self-picture with.
HBO hid it
for
this purpose?
as this purpose, like you get to find them across the world and sit in them.
And did they give clues or something?
Yeah, he must have figured a clue out, because that's how they gave clues out.
Dies.
He drove 8. Do you know how much fucking work that would be? And I like the show, but I would never, if they were like, even if they were like, hey Randy, there's one in Lima that I found. Right. I wouldn't drive to Lima. They'd get out of my car and go rent dogs to drag me up a hill. What the fuck's wrong with this guy? I mean, crazy. There's being a fan and there's being a fucking nutcase. That's insane to me.
Well, I mean, Game of Thrones is one of those programs that if a spoiler comes out, you better watch your ass because they're going to come for you physically.
Yeah, I don't want no spoilers, man.
But
no spoilers.
What I thought you were going to talk about was the coffee cup that was left on set that everybody was like, "Oh my god, what the hell?" Somebody left a modern coffee cup on the set.
Yeah, they were real mad about it, and I'm like, I didn't even see it. You know why? Because I was watching the fucking show and I'm looking for coffee cup. What do you know how much you'd have to hate a show to watch around the characters and all of the action?
I mean, that'd be like if you were watching a play and there just so happened to be a paint bucket off to the side, and you're like, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Yeah.
There's a paint.
You're like, hey, this Romeo and Juliet's really great, but I can't get into it.
Yeah, people are watching this stuff in full 4K Ultra HD, 3 inches from the screen, like just
I have
this.
I want to think that I have a pretty good TV, and I didn't see the fucking stupid coffee cup.
Right.
Well, I think you're not as much of a nutcase fan.
Yeah, I like stories.
I look forward to getting pissed at everybody that watched the show before in 5 years when I go to watch it. Yeah. And I'll tell people like, oh yeah, started watching Game of Thrones for the first time, and then tell them about like the first episode, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, he just don't tell me anything. Nobody spoil anything for me. past season 1, episode 3. Okay?
Whenever people start talking about spoilers, like up until I was an adult person, that was never even a thing I ever thought about. Somebody could sit there and go, "You got to see this movie," and then they could tell me the whole fucking movie, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I do have to see that."
Yeah, that sounds.
I don't understand it, like getting like punching a dude for, "Oh, you fucked up the Avengers." They're magic guys, right?
If you tell me about a movie I just paid $12
so.
to see, and you're standing outside the theater and you go, "Hey, they fucking die at the end," I'm gonna punch you in your fucking mouth.
But also,
I defend that guy every time.
If you're the biggest fan that there's ever been, you would watch it when it first.
Because why do you got to do that?
That's what I mean. I went and watched Mission Impossible the day it came out.
Right.
That's what I wanted to see. Not like anybody's gonna spoil anything. Hey, Tom Cruise is awesome.
Yeah.
That would be the spoiler.
I think he gets his power from telepathy or whatever.
Normally, it takes a lot of things that people tell me before I want to watch a movie. So it's like, let's say I'm telling people to watch The Wrong Guy. Yeah, you know have you seen The Wrong Guy with Dave Foley?
Yeah.
If I was going to tell somebody, a lot of people haven't seen that. I'm going to spoil it all for you. He fucking poisons himself by eating too many hams.
Yeah.
Is that a spoiler? I mean, because that would get me. I'd be like, what? Yeah, I gotta watch it. Also, what's her name's in it? Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Jennifer Tilly.
Oh,
she's in that.
I mean, just call her beautiful.
Spoiler.
We're supposed to know Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah,
dude.
She's
One of us,
You've seen
one
the
of us
movie.
would have
You've
said
seen the
that.
movie.
Yeah.
One of us would have said.
I thought you meant she was beautiful.
She is beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, let's move into my findings.
I don't think they're gonna be as good as mine, but go on.
Probably not. Man sues parents for destroying his $29,000 porn collection.
Oh, that bastard.
Yeah. Think about how much porn that is.
That's a lot of porn.
That's a lot.
Insane amount.
An Indiana man is suing his parents for a pretty ballsy act, destroying his very valuable porn collection. The man, who is being identified only as Charlie, claims the porn stash was an estimated value of $28,940.72. It included more than 400 VHS tapes, more than 1,600 DVDs, 160 plus CDs. Whoa! Whatever the fuck.
CDs.
Whatever the fuck CDs.
CDs.
Yeah, I guess that
CDs.
got me so excited I'm flipping my
First,
paper.
they got audio recordings.
And 70 sex toys, which I doubt he's using on anybody other than himself.
Hey, maybe.
Yeah, but Charlie is seeking a total of $86,822.16, which includes the value of the missing items and the amount it would cost to replace them.
Cool.
Some of the films worthy of inclusion were Frisky Business and Big Bad Grannies.
Ooh, that one sounds nice.
Charlie moved into his parents' house in Grand Haven, Michigan in October 2016 while going through a divorce. Although Charlie stayed with his parents for about 10 months, he was asked to leave in August 2017 after a domestic dispute, which I would like to see video of that. A few months later, the parents traveled to Indiana to drop their son's possessions, but they didn't include his massive porn collection. First of all, if you expect your parents to move your giant porn collection, you're fucked up.
You're wrong.
That aroused Charlie to file a police report about the trashed porn collection with the sheriff's office. The prosecutor's office declined to file charges against his parents. A month after filing the police report, Charlie sent an email to his dad explaining his situation. He said, "If you had a problem with my belongings, you should have stated it at the time and I would have gone elsewhere. Instead, you chose to keep quiet and behave vindictively." Unbelievable.
Yeah.
If your son's moving in a porn collection like that takes up a whole room.
And
right?
think about it, too. Like, when he was moving the stuff in, do you think his parents were like, oh, shit, yeah, we got ourselves into a situation
here. They knew they were making a bad choice. But his dad actually responded and said, "Believe it or not, one reason for why I destroyed your porn was for your own mental and emotional health. I would have done the same if I found a kilo of crack cocaine. Someday I hope you will understand." So, watch your porn collections, guys. Keep them close to your heart, I guess.
I keep mine in the digital world.
Yeah.
That's a bit
that's
much,
the other thing.
dude. That is a bit much.
That's the other thing, because, it's modern day. Why does he have such a collection? He must really have a sentence.
Well, there's everybody that collects stuff like that is a purist, right?
Right.
So, like a video game person has physical consoles. They don't just have the, so that's his thing. So he's like, no, I am a purist. I need 1954 Playboys
Well, yeah.
to get.
I think he was going deeper than Playboy.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe a '60s penthouse where he's like, man, I can't get my yarbles off without a reel-to-reel video.
Well, he probably had some of that. I mean, the audio CDs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just screaming.
Just screaming. Can't imagine. Makes me want to I don't want to Google audio porn, but I kind of want to Google.
I kind of want to do it
just
now
to
too.
see what it is.
I like so. I keep mine in the cloud.
That's where it belongs. My next topic: man says emotional support alligator helps his depression. Pennsylvania man says his emotional support alligator helps him deal with his depression. 65-year-old Joey Henney.
Barafuco. Oh.
It's spelled weird. Joie. Joy Henney of Yorkhaven says his registered emotional support animal named Wally likes to snuggle and give hugs despite being a 5-foot-long alligator.
And growing.
Yeah.
And growing.
Henney says he received approval from his doctor to use Wally as an emotional support animal after not wanting to go on medication for depression.
Oh.
Wally was rescued from outside Orlando at 14 months old. Henney says Wally eats chicken wings and shares an indoor plastic pond with a smaller rescue alligator named Scrappy. Henney acknowledges that Wally is still a dangerous wild animal and could probably tear his arm off, but he says he's never been afraid of him. I think every time I hear a story about a support animal, I think I could really use like a support PlayStation 4. It would do my kids wonders, and my self-esteem would be through the roof.
Yeah.
And I'm no more depression because they'd be happy with their PlayStation 4.
And you don't want to medicate.
No, I don't want to use medicine.
Yeah.
You know, and
I mean,
a stack of money, a stack of
Support money.
support
Yeah,
money.
really, that's it.
I can give it.
That's all you can really have. I mean, you need to give them the option. Say, I'm not taking medicine, and if I don't get this, then I have to have an emotional support elephant.
What if you want
And-
a support stripper?
There you
Like a
go.
Support, you know what I mean? Like, where does the end
Well, there's
line?
free will involved in that, and animals don't have free will.
Oh,
So that's that one.
so we lord over them.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I
We
don't
know they don't have souls.
I haven't seen this guy specifically be out in public, so I think maybe his case is being overblown by making it seem like he's just hanging out with this gator, just bringing it into
Yeah.
Walmart and shit with it. Like there would be pictures, there would be confrontations, because there is when it comes to dogs, and some
Yeah.
people just like, okay,
Oh,
well, I don't care about your whatever you got. And dogs, there's like a blind person has a dog, and you're like,
Right.
it's disgusting you bring that thing in here. Yet, as a business, you can't really turn them away or say
No.
anything, but there is a limit. So
Well-
if somebody walks into your store or mine with a alligator on a leash, I'm gonna have to be like, no, no, absolutely,
blind
your
guy.
personal safety does not override everybody else's, right to live.
More often, I see people that have dogs that they say are support dogs, but they don't have any fucking placard on the damn. Aren't you supposed to put a vest on that motherfucker or something?
Yeah, they're supposed to have
'cause
something.
There was a guy just walking around with say, oh, "This is my support dog," and I'm like, "That dog,
Yeah.
first of all, doesn't look like it's trained. It's just like it's not like every support dog you see that's true is like
The one-
got his shit together, very focused."
The one I seen was somebody brought a monkey into the store.
into your restaurant.
Yes. And I did exactly what I'm supposed to do. So if anybody's watching, I followed fucking protocol. But it's just there's a fine line, and
What's monkey protocol?
you're not really
You throw
supposed to
shit
ask them.
at the
Obviously,
wall.
if a person or an animal, whatever it is causing a disruption and putting other people's whatever. This thing is like this big,
Right.
and it's not
Is it just chill? Is it just,
just
hanging
chill.
out?
She's like just hanging out with it and eating, and other people had a problem with it. I had other guests say something. That's where
Yeah.
you gotta
I know.
you gotta know you're gonna piss somebody off, but
Yeah.
I
I don't
am
want
not
to
gonna.
eat my sandwich. There's a monkey there.
Well, me as a parent that has 3 children,
Yeah.
if somebody walks in with a goddamned monkey, and
Oh,
I'm trying to get these kids to focus and eat so we can get the fuck out and onto the next destination,
Mm-hmm.
they'll be like, "Oh, a monkey!" And I'll be like, "Motherfucker, this dude's got a monkey in here." I would be yelling.
Yeah.
So that's not in because a monkey is a primate and can be trained and only get so big, and especially the little ones. A chimpanzee or something
people.
like that is a whole different story because they have the ability to rip your
Monkeys
face
are the
off.
reason there's AIDS, okay?
But,
So I'm not.
there's no Ebola anymore. I just think that like the cutest thing I've ever seen was that little thing that followed Ace Ventura around, and
That spit blood
how
out.
much you would want that in your life. But like you said, now you're inconvenienced you because now you got to deal with these kids. Can we take a picture with that?
There's a
Can we
monkey over
can we
there.
do-
There's the
can we-
monkey. Oh, it's
can
so
I pet
cute.
it? Can I pet it?
They would not shut
Yeah.
up about it.
Yeah.
First of all, because it's a monkey, and also because it's fucking in a restaurant. I mean,
Yeah,
that'd be like if you rode in on one of the old timey bicycles with the big wheel in the front. Yes, I would like a table for one, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
This is my support bicycle.
A lady had a peacock on her shoulder walking through the airport.
Yeah.
Like,
Those people need to be beat up.
Well, doctors
Not
need
that-
to not be like. Doctors need to not be like.
Right.
Okay, well, it seems like Dave doesn't want to take his depression meds.
Yeah.
There you go. Have a monkey. What the fuck?
but I think that is that, and then support dogs or whatever, especially ones that are help you out.
Those are important.
It's
Yeah.
not that big a deal.
I never
But there's
did that.
always somebody. There's always somebody. Somebody's gonna walk in with a fucking pony one time.
It's just a
And there's
support
everybody
thing.
just has to deal with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
This is Mr.
pushing
Apples.
the limits.
It's
And
shit all over the place.
somebody's gonna do it.
But I have to be happy to eat here, so you know what I mean?
Do you have a head of lettuce for Mr. Apples?
I want to say something directly to these people. How fucking self-absorbed do you have to be to want to go out in that situation anyways? If I was so terrified that I couldn't go eat at
exactly.
Cheddar's, if I could go eat at Cheddar's without a support monkey, I wouldn't fucking go to Cheddar's.
Nope.
I would just stay home with my monkey and eat hamburgers I make. You know?
With a monkey, that sounds great.
I mean, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, let's get into my last topic here. Court rules man can't have gun license after his dog shoots him with rifle. A German court has ruled that a dog owner isn't fit to carry a firearms license after his dog shot him with a rifle. The Munich Administrative
Nice.
Court on Tuesday dismissed the man's appeal against an earlier decision by Bavarian authorities to withdraw his license to his own rifle, as well as his hunting permit. The decision followed a 2016 incident in which the man, a passionate hunter, was shot in the arm after his dog managed to release the trigger on a loaded rifle that was lying in his car. The court ruled
Lucky
the hunter
motherfucker.
couldn't be relied upon because it must be assumed that he will handle firearms and ammunition carelessly in the future as well. The man whose name it wasn't released can appeal the verdict. So what do you
Oh,
think?
that's
I think
amazing.
I think it's correct ruling.
I think
Yeah.
it's reasonable, and I think that in this country, when we don't do shit like that, woman walks in to her house because she forgot something, leaves her 4 and 5 year olds in the car, and the fucking 5-year-old picks up the loaded gun in the console, shoots the other kid, and the other kid dies, and the police say, "Well, they've been through a lot. These people have been through a lot, so we're not going to pursue any kind of charges." And obviously, I don't think taking guns away from them was even an option, or saying that they weren't allowed to have guns because of that incident. So that's just that's the different perspective. So somewhere like there, I could see that
Yeah.
coming about and be like, yeah,
I mean,
dude,
you don't just-
you let your
I don't-
dog shoot you. You know you can't have a gun.
Yeah.
I don't think that it should just be limited to guns in this perspective. I think that if your dog hurts you with anything other than its own fucking mouth or claws, you probably shouldn't be allowed to have those things anymore, right?
Right.
Like if your dog stabs you with a fork, you should probably not be allowed to have those anymore because or maybe just you don't have a dog. Maybe you're not even responsible enough to have a dog.
Well, this dog sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
also
Who knows
an
what
option.
happened?
Was like we could take the dog away too.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows what happened between them beforehand? I mean, maybe it was on purpose.
You've been holding me hostage 8 goddamn years. Make me sleep at the foot of your bed.
I'll tell you what, my dog
Don't
like
forget you took my balls.
my dog looked like she wanted to fucking shoot me the other day. Whenever we bought food, and I got what the hell is it? Wagon train or no gravy train? That's the one I got. And on the back of the bag it says, "Give your dog a treat. Mix it in with hot water, stir it in,
Yeah,
get the
you
gravy
mix a little
going,
gravy in
baby."
there.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I warm water, stirred it up, set it down. She would have shot me right there. She looked at me like, "What the fuck you putting water in my fucking food for, dummy?" Like that's the exact
You had an
look.
operated gun. It would have been
Yeah,
Well, did it eat
Over.
it?
kind of licked it a little bit and then left it there, and then we got sad, and then I I saw that she wasn't very happy, and hadn't eaten anything, and so I scraped it all out and put dry in there, and she ate that.
Basically saying that,
Yeah.
if you're gonna give me soft food, just buy me canned food. Like, buy me canned or good food.
Yeah, that's
with the
what they
little
like.
chunks of shit in it.
Oh, yeah, they love that
don't,
shit.
Yeah.
Don't do that. No.
And I think there's something about cat food, because dogs, if they can get a hold of cat food, they will fucking eat all of it right then. They would eat a whole goddamn bag of it.
Yeah.
So it must be higher quality or something.
Yeah.
Maybe because cats won't eat dog food. They're like, fuck that shit.
Cats
Are you fucking
suck.
kidding me?
Their cats are like persnippity. They're like,
A little
no,
bit.
it's too good for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Fuck cats.
Hey, I got a cat that's he'll hop right up on my lap, just lay there real cool.
It's terrible.
He's a
Cats
good
are
kid.
terrible.
No, dogs are dumb as fuck.
Dogs are amazing. You're stupid.
Yeah. I'll let you have my dog for a minute,
Okay.
for a day, and then you
Deal.
won't have like half of your things anymore because they'll just be chewed up.
Oh.
It's like Hooch, or is it Turner? Which one is the dog? Which one is Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks' turn.
Okay, Hooch. It's like Hooch, but not as slobbery. Oh, what's that mean?
Oh.
The oven has reached temperature.
Oh, I thought that we had a call
What's
coming
the, what, were you making it some brownies? My man.
in. Anyways,
Yeah,
we got Scott on the episode this time, so he brought some topics to the table.
Yeah. We didn't cross contaminate our shit.
No.
Because he likes to talk about Game of Thrones. The world's most dangerous bird. I don't know if you guys know what a cassowary is. Cassowary. It's like a large emu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're 6 foot tall, 130 pounds, with a 4-inch dagger on each of their claws. They have a 7 foot vertical, and they can run 31 miles an hour.
Wow,
Oh, Velociraptors.
it's impressive.
So yeah, this guy owned it. 76-year-old Marvin Haggis owned this bird, and apparently I don't know what was going on in the cage, but he got a little too close, didn't have his protection, and the bird fucked him up.
Oh yeah,
Killed him.
Killed him?
Oh yeah.
my God.
Because you're dead. These birds will kill you.
Right.
They will claw you and jump on you with their. I mean, picture a ostrich, but with dagger claws,
Right.
kind
That's
of thing.
insane, man.
Yeah, and they got that big hard beak on their head. They're kind of blue faced. Yeah, they're native to Australia and New Guinea, but people deal in high end birds all the time. Now this bird is going up for auction.
Murder bird.
Yeah, so they got a murder bird up for auction.
How much?
How much is
No,
the murder
no, it didn't
bird?
say. I'm sure that's a fucking high
You think
end.
they bring that detail up in the auction?
Oh, I bet. That's
But
where I
Kyoto's-
would go.
If anybody seen the new Jurassic Park, Fallen Kingdom, like that's what I pictured.
Yeah, it's chasing him
Like
around.
maybe that's to get like in the underground. That's what they want.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody like gonna pay more for the bird.
Or
has
you
a
got a
taste for
vendetta
human
and you,
flesh.
you bring people in you don't like and have the murder bird murder them.
Oh god, that would be the worst death.
Yeah.
It's weird when you
It just lashes you to death.
When you find out about an animal you never knew existed, because I just found out about a bird I didn't know existed, called the secretary bird. Have you seen those?
Mm-mm.
They're kind of like what you're talking about, where they're not big, they're not huge, but they've got these long legs that have like a knife at the end of them, and they kill fucking cobras, man. Like you'll see like a video, and it's the funniest looking shit. This bird just like stabbing cobras with their fucking feet until they die, and then that's what they eat. They eat these fucking cobras. It's crazy shit. Like how am I almost 40 and I haven't heard of this shit?
Yeah, I've never heard
Yeah.
of that bird either.
Yeah, and I mean emo is a lot smaller, but can still
Fuck
do
you.
damage.
Yeah.
Like they're not something you can mess with, and like probably within the last 10,000 years, I believe, is when the last of the gigantic birds died out. The ones that were like 10 feet tall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the technical name for it, but they were just huge. And could you? I just imagine like having that. Just Ohio, the big giant birds is a thing. Yeah, they mostly keep to themselves. They kind of herd. They run through every once in a while. But if you get too close,
Well, people in Ohio do like to own weird fucking animals. There was that one guy that he accidentally, he killed himself and then let all his animals loose. Remember that? And then they had to like go kill them all.
They were like lions and all kinds of shit.
yeah.
Because Ohio, stop buying dumb animals. It's not.
But you're allowed to buy shit anywhere.
mean, I wouldn't mind getting myself one of them slow lorises, but they pulled their teeth out, on the black market. So
There's some cute little animals that would be cool to have as pets.
they're
but
mine. It would be
let's
mine if they would be mine for
let's
food
not
or pet.
Do that. Let's let parrots live in where they live and not keep them as pets anymore. Speaking of animals, that's what my next story is about. These are sweat bees that were living in a woman's eye.
Oh my god.
Doctor in Taiwan pulled 4 small bees. That was 28-year-old woman's eye, and she was apparently weeding her garden or gardening, and
They just
just went into her eye. And you've seen sweat bees. I don't know if these are like juvenile sweat bees and they're a little smaller, but the size of that, like they're just like
oh yeah, little tiny thing.
all just live in there. And her eyes started swelling, and
Yeah.
it was really painful. Didn't know what was going on.
I think that a lot of people don't even know truly what a sweat bee is. I got in an argument with somebody who kept telling. We were outside at my work, and there were fucking yellow jackets around, right? And I'm like, get the fuck away, I'm like swatting at them and shit.
Yeah.
And she goes, "What are you doing? That's just a little sweat bee." I said,
No.
"Fucking sweat bee,
No.
let it land on your skin. Let it fucking you fuck around with these things. They're yellow jackets. Are you crazy?" Nah, it's just a sweat bee. I see them all the time.
Okay.
Sweat bees are little tiny green motherfuckers.
And they
They're like-
hover.
Yeah.
They're like a little hoverbird.
And I'm not scared of a sweat bee.
Nobody is. I don't think they can. They sting.
Maybe I should be if they're
I
going to
don't
go in my
think so.
eye.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think there's like they can. Even if they can, it wouldn't penetrate
It
the
tastes like
skin.
a.
I've
it-
never
it,
had
would- It would feel like a fly bite. I would assume.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah. Anyways, what were you saying?
Yellow jackets.
Sit behind her eye though.
Yeah, and the doctor had to remove them.
Did it fuck her eye up?
Yeah. She.
Yeah, she's not gonna be seen out of that anymore.
Yeah, I don't know how far you got to go to get leave bees in your eyes. I not know it. Her name was Mrs. He. Miss He.
Miss He with the bee
Miss
eye?
He. Not Missy.
Miss He BGB?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I heard not too long ago about somebody who had like 20 some soft contacts behind their eye. Like they had
Oh,
rolled
yeah.
back and rolled
Yeah.
back. And can you imagine
It was
that?
green and swollen from
yeah.
pus.
Oh my god. Yeah. It even
Watch your
said in
eyes,
there. I
guys.
don't know how this is possible, but it also said that it could have been worse. Like what are there?
More bees?
Could have been 5 bees in there.
They could have like started a colony that
Yeah.
went behind her
At
head.
least she's not Macaulay Culkin, right, guys?
Oh,
My girl.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, my girl.
My girl, talking about.
Where's his glasses?
I still
Yeah.
don't.
Well, you can't see with those
He can't see
glasses.
without his glasses.
Oh god,
He can't see it all anymore.
That crushed me. I was a kid.
Oh man,
when
that got
came
me.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it crushed everybody.
Tear-
Except for Derek Collins, who said he never saw it.
Wah, wah.
Bullshit. You fucking saw that shit. You saw that shit.
I used to watch My Girl and The Good Son back to back.
Yeah.
It was like a little
Did,
dichotomy.
When I was a kid,
Yeah.
I felt that was the same. Macaulay Culkin was the same character in every movie.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, like I had some sort of overworld going on.
Yeah.
But anyways, what's your next topic?
I actually didn't write it down. I had like 4 of them, and I was gonna ask you guys, but I'm like, I'm not writing all these down, so I was gonna ask
Oh,
you
no.
guys what you wanted to hear about. So I'm gonna take
Oh.
like a little.
Oh well,
poll
I had
here.
well, hold on. Well,
Okay, so that one's done. That one's done.
Oh, you had several topics.
All right, so yeah. I just wanted to like give you guys the option of what you wanted
Okay.
to hear. All right, option number 1: man who stole $300 from Kmart recently bought $8 million island. Number 2: invasion of poisonous toast triggers warning in Florida neighborhood you can't even walk. Number 3: 1,500 live turtles found duct taped and stuffed in suitcases.
I think that's got to be the one we go with.
That's a winner right
Okay,
there.
I thought maybe you guys would be into it. All right, customs officials made an unusual discovery in the Philippines. 1,500 live turtles stuffed into suitcases. The turtles were found duct taped and left behind luggage in the Bureau of Customs in Niwai Equinai International Airport in Manila said. There were 1,500 worth an estimated 400 Philippine pesos, which is 86,000 US dollars.
Oh, I know about Filipino.
Yeah, they
cases.
were, says a Filipino passenger smuggled the turtles on a flight from Hong Kong. The passenger may have been informed the vigilance of the Bureau of Customs against illegal wildlife trade and its penalties, and thus leaving the 4 X-rayed luggage unclaimed in the arrival area.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe there's pictures here.
They're taking the turtles apart.
Yeah,
there.
they're not very big, if you can see, but they're obviously juvenile turtles that will be, sold in the wildlife trade.
Now, are they buying these? I wonder for food or pets? Because some turtles rare, like people like to eat rare stuff.
I'm gonna guess pets.
Okay.
Either one's okay with me. Who cares? look at all that time they're taking unduct taping turtles.
Yeah.
Well, you could create a wildlife catastrophe, much like they have hippopotamus in South America.
Burn it all, man.
You know this story about hippos in South America?
Yeah, I heard about
because what's his name? Colombian drug lord.
El Guapo. El Chapo.
No, further back. Escobar.
Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, he had like zoos, and he had kind of hippos just hanging out, running free, and then they all started reproducing and taking over down there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now hippos are a problem in South America, even though they're not native. So, our wildlife laws and taking shit from one country to the other.
There's a reason behind
There's reason.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
You could wipe out a whole bunch of shit. Even
Right.
though I would like to see some of it, just a little bit of it in Ohio.
I mean, I'd like to see lion problems.
Why couldn't they just
Lion
let
problems?
why
That's
couldn't they just
horrible.
let those lions go?
Right?
They're only gonna get the weak ones.
Like there's too much deer anyways, so let a few lions out.
no,
Right?
a deer's too much work for them. They're
No,
like,
they
no,
go
there's
for
this fat
dumb
guy.
people.
There's this fat guy. He's on this
Well,
little cart walking or
hey.
going into Walmart. I'm just gonna take him
I'm
out there.
fine with that too.
And then all the lions would be fat from eating all the fat people.
Culling, see,
Really high cholesterol.
Just I think there needs to be some new species that take over for a while.
Yeah.
Like
Like
or
lions.
lions, zebras, rhinos.
Yeah, I think I'd be cool with a big cat or definitely bears.
Yeah, crazy bears.
Like really
A lot of big,
aggressive.
big aggressive bears. Yeah.
Because they're kind of like people, so they're cute when they're doing their thing.
I'm just saying, I agree with you. There needs to be I would like to stop on my way to work and have to wait for a bunch of rhinos to cross the road. That's exciting.
Or just
I
have
like-
one run into your car.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the kind of shit that happens when you're living with huge rhinoceros population.
Now, the way I look at this is that you're thinking like a culling of like the lower, like the people that would go under.
Yeah, the plebs.
But I'm thinking like maybe it would be more amusing to me personally if there was more people like that dude that kept getting your attention at the Gromy show. I'm going to church tomorrow. They're going to come pick me up for church tomorrow on the bus. I'm going around.
I told the guy, "Oh, good, you should get there early." I was trying
yeah,
to.
you told me about it when you were over
I
here
mean,
last
more
time.
people that just don't have their shit together sounds like a more amusing world to me.
Yeah, but let's take care of our basic needs and maybe keep those people out of your way most of the time. I don't want to, I want them to be over there.
That's
so
what the zoo's for.
I
That's why
can-
we got to get the turtles.
I can go see them and
Yeah.
go
Look,
back
I
to
don't
my
want to put
shit.
handicapped people in zoos. I
I think that was
No,
that what
we
you were
put
going
the
for.
turtles
Yeah, I
there.
definitely.
They go there.
Oh,
I
see.
don't
They're drawn
endorse that.
to it. It's a
I thought
honey
you
trap.
meant, I thought you guys meant you were going to take the
Yeah, I
handicaps
don't-
and put them in a
No.
Don't
zoo.
endorse that.
Then
in
we
any
could
way.
see
You don't have to
them.
put them in the zoo. They're already there.
Then,
right?
well, then you go and
Go
see
to any
them.
zoo. They're already there.
I don't want to go. I don't like this idea that you're going to take handicapped
No,
people.
you don't have. No, you don't have
Put
to
them in an
enclose
internment
them.
camp.
You don't have to enclose
Frank's
them.
advocating handicap internment
I'm
camps.
saying they're already there.
I'm off the wagon.
Get a fair going. Get a damn public crafts festival.
Yeah.
Get a zoo.
Have
they
record
go
store
there
day.
anyway.
Have a record
Have
store
a
day.
record store day. No, it was just funny. I'm going to go to church
Yeah.
tomorrow. It
Out
was
of all
good.
the people, Scott, I want you to imagine the scenario. There's 50 people. Out of all of them, this young fella, comes up to tell me the story of church trucks. Out of everybody. And I wasn't even looking in his direction. He
I
just
almost
came
man, I
up and
lost my
started,
shit.
"Hey, how are you doing?" And I was like, "What the fuck? Hey, how you doing?"
Hey, I'm going to go to church
I'm
tomorrow.
going to church tomorrow.
His
What?
voice was what made me.
Yeah.
It was just hilarious. But
You
anyway,
sound like a 30s gangster.
I had a couple other things
Shame.
I wanted to bring up on this episode. Okay, they came out with a trailer for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie,
I saw it. It looks cool.
Yes.
and then they said, "Wait a minute, guys! I know you didn't like how he looked, we're going to redesign him. Did you read that?
No.
Yeah, everybody was like,
Yeah.
it looks like a fucking dirt
I
fucking
did
sidewalk.
think. I did think that too.
And,
When I
and
Well, I thought
so-
it didn't look great, but I thought the movie looked good.
Oh, it was getting railed against, man.
Yeah.
And so the creator of the movie, the director, said, "Wait a minute, we're gonna redesign it." Is that allowed? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because all
Why
you're
hasn't
doing-
anybody done it?
The
up to
movie's
this
already
point?
been shot. Well, George Lucas tried, and you guys
Yeah.
pissed all over.
Yeah, I mean, they
Yeah.
reshot, what was it, the Batman vs. Superman, or was it the Justice League movie?
Justice
I think
League.
it was Justice League movie,
Yeah.
where they had to, like, digitally take out Henry Cavill's upper lip, and it turned out like shit. I think that the design of it is what got people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And knowing that it's already a CG character, no, they can probably, I don't know anything about it, so
just pull it out of the game, right?
just spitballing here.
Yeah.
Just spitballing here, but you can keep facial expressions and, like
Right.
all that software or whatever's programmed in, so you can keep all the movement and everything else. Just make it look more like
different
just
skins.
what you
Just
think
like-
Sonic would look like.
Like they've been making
But Jim
3D
Carrey?
Sonic games
Yeah.
since the
Like, I'm
Xbox
excited.
360,
Yeah, it looks
right?
Yeah.
Like the games weren't that good, but it looked like motherfucking Sonic the Hedgehog. Just pull that digital character
Yeah.
out and put him in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're not doing a cartoon anyways. I don't want to see a live action movie.
Yeah, and Jim Carrey is not a good choice for.
Oh yeah,
Well, I thought he
is.
looked
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I wasn't
Yeah,
on
come on
board
at the
until
end
I
because
I
they
don't
had
know,
like
man.
at the very end of the trailer. I think they had him more like he morphs into
Yeah, bald with
the actual,
But there's character actors that could pull that off just right out the box. Danny
Yeah.
DeVito,
But you're trying to
just
pull
put Danny DeVito in there.
Okay, yeah.
kids like Danny
All right.
DeVito. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Take Danny DeVito and make him have real long legs. Right? I mean, that's what Eggman looks like.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I also wanted to talk about our recent terrorist act in the Kenton Walmart. Big news.
I'll tell you,
He's still recovering. From
terrorists, man. It's right. I live a mile away.
Yeah.
I could have been blown. I could have been blown
It's
up.
in our backyard now. So I guess we bomb
Where
Hillbilly.
was he from?
Iran.
Fredericktown.
Iran.
I guess
Is
we
that-
bombed Fredericktown.
No, we don't actually take care
Lebanon?
of. We don't.
Oh.
We don't go after the countries that attack us.
Right. Yeah. Even with white terrorists, we should bomb other countries that are.
Yeah, like we should
Yeah.
just pick.
Like Marion, we just bomb Marion.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Oh my
maybe.
God, we're probably getting flagged up and down for just saying bomb Marion.
Bum
No,
bum
no.
bum 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 bum.
Because they'll close down schools.
Yeah.
They closed down like all the Hardin County schools because some dude in Lima was related to people in this area, and he said he was going to go shoot up a school.
And let's be honest here. If
But
you're
that-
in Lima,
that- I
you're
mean-
probably related to people out here.
Yeah, I mean
Some of that
Yeah,
stuff
stop
is not.
that.
Some of that stuff is not a bad idea because the kid that just did the new Colorado
Colorado.
school
The new
shooting.
Columbine.
It's hard to keep up with all these.
Columbine
But,
part two.
They were flagged, I guess, by parents that said, "Hey, this kid's like possibly going to do this stuff." It never happened, and this kid, Kendrick, I believe, something like that, basically sacrificed himself to save his classmates. Otherwise, it would have been one of those mass shooting. I think there was more than one shooter.
What did he do?
And
Did he
they-
run at him, and then jump at him?
Yeah,
with
he
the
tackled
edge of a
him.
belt?
He
He
ran
ran
into
him.
him.
He was the only one killed. There was a couple other
Yeah.
students that got injured.
Once
but,
he
like,
got on top of him, the guy pulled a few bullets off, but the other kids that jumped in to help were able to. He absorbed the bullets.
Wow.
And they
But that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Because these kids, like every kid that's born today or is in school today, has grown up in the Columbine generation.
Right.
Because like after that, it was just like, oh, it's
happening
and
all the
like,
time
Even
now.
South Park had an episode
Yeah.
that was like the school shootings like kept happening, and Stan's mom was the only one that
That
thought
cared,
that was
yeah.
outrageous. And everybody else was just like, yeah, but the other
Right.
thing.
You didn't
Like,
hear
yeah.
about what really happened was we lost at football.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That was the joke.
Yeah.
Is that oh my God, we lost.
But that's where we've gotten, and these kids are like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna save us from getting a lot of people killed, so you got to start attacking
And
them.
if you're a principal at a school nowadays, and
Jesus.
a parent calls you and says, "Hey, several parents call and say, hey, this kid is telling my kid he's going to shoot up a school," why would you even fucking not immediately the next day go, "Hey, you tell your
Yeah.
kid's not coming back to my fucking school. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Sue me. Take me to court." But
yeah,
why risk
exactly.
it,
Like,
you
oh, I
know?
got to do some paperwork,
Right.
so that's gonna be really.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry,
gonna
your kid
fill
said a
out
bunch
this
of dumb shit. I
form.
can't have that. I'm sorry.
I think we'll just not do anything. That'll be the easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But anyways, this guy, what did he do? He went and got some canteens, bought them, paid for them like a good American would, went outside, filled them up with gasoline, loaded up one of those electric carts. Is that what happened? And then what did he have in the cart? Did anybody
Women's clothing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So maybe he didn't. Maybe it was a statement against women. They weren't fucking him. Which
He was an incel. Is that what they call him?
Well, we're all jumping to conclusions here. We don't know much about him other than he's really fucking stupid.
But yeah, you're allowed to speculate on somebody that's already
right.
I
bet he was touched inappropriately by a relative.
I bet he was definitely touched in one way or another.
Not by an angel.
No.
like he was touched the way old people would use that term.
Right, rats in the corn.
Nobody was hurt, so
bats in the belfry.
Yeah,
we can kind of make fun of it because it's such a Hardin County thing to do.
It would make sense in Kenton, Ohio, for Walmart to be on fire.
It really would.
Yeah, and that's kind of my reaction to it. That was
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. I got pictures and everybody's freaking out. I'm like, yep, that's.
I was eating a bowl of cereal that came on the news, and I went, "Huh,
sounds about right."
Yeah,
I bought this in that store.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back there and I'm gonna try as hard as I can not to make any tasteless jokes about it. To the
too late
cashier.
for me. I already made several.
I'll probably go in there.
You're standing in line.
I'll be like, "Where are your barbecue supplies?"
Do you have any canteens
No, I wouldn't
that
do
would
that. I wouldn't
accommodate
because they're gonna
gasoline
report.
very well?
No. I just meant that,
Dude, he's fucked. FBI, man. That's probably the first. Well, no, the FBI had to be in on some of these murders that happen around here.
No.
You don't think
That's
so?
why nobody got caught.
Well, they caught the guy that killed my aunt. I think.
You
Maybe.
think?
Maybe it was somebody else.
Yeah, but that's usually left up to the locals unless.
Did you not know that? Right? You didn't know that my aunt got murdered?
No.
Yeah, she got murdered, burned alive or something.
Jesus Christ, Fred.
Yeah, I'm.
Wow.
Why are you laughing?
Because it's not like I wasn't extremely close with her. It is sad, but when I say that to people, and then they're like, "Oh my God, your aunt!" They always assume it was like my aunt that I used to hang out with on the porch.
Yeah,
on
it's
Sundays.
really bad for you.
No, it was
Okay.
it was my aunt. I mean, it was sad, and I felt terrible for my dad, who's his sister, and all my relatives that were closer than I am to her, especially her kids and stuff. But it was. They caught him, and I figured the FBI was probably.
I mean, that seems like something they might call him in on.
Yeah. No, not really.
No?
You wouldn't. Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be something high profile.
But the dude was completely like stone cold. Like my relatives had went to the court, and like said stuff, like, how could you do this? And he's just like, I don't even care, fucking no, nothing in his eyes. My dad said there was nothing behind his eyes. It was just like stone cold killer.
Was he dating your aunt?
No, she was very always thought the best of people, and this guy offered her a ride, her and her friend, and he had
bad idea.
Yeah, he had evidently did this a few other times. I don't remember all the exact details, but my aunt would sometimes just no one would know where she was for periods of time, and I was like, she'd probably show up again, and I was like, probably with some new dude or whatever, but yeah, that was crazy to be that close to a thing, and then everybody, because I wasn't that, I really wasn't that close to her, so everybody after that happened were like, I'm sorry about your aunt, and then they'd be like, how do they ask me details and stuff? I'm like,
yeah, but at least you don't go overboard. I had this lady, she came in and like wanted to get drunk, and she was, I think, staying in a hotel with her 2 teenage kids that she was moving, just got out of a bad situation. She's looking to have a good time, and she liked to sing. So she's like singing at the bar, and it's just like, people like that. I don't want to invoke emotion, but here's a song about my brother who's murdered. Wait a minute, what?
The lights went out in Georgia.
Yeah,
That was unsolicited. I don't even know you on any level, and you just come at me with some, and everybody around was like,
yeah.
It's like,
what am I supposed to, what am I?
You'll get a lot of shit like that.
But you knew she was like fishing for empathy,
Oh,
and
yeah.
she wanted
Yeah.
like, you know, people to, and
you get that a lot with people that know were close to an overdose victim or whatever.
or pretend like they're closer than they actually
yeah.
were to get a little more.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
That's what's irritating because you know when people.
Especially they do it on social media. That's the worst.
Oh, really?
When you know that somebody wasn't that close to somebody else,
And
then
they're posting
like,
on their
like,
dead
oh,
friends.
God,
That's the thing
you
about Facebook because they're still there.
Yes.
So they'll go on their page and be like,
Strange findings. Do you know by the year 2050 that there will be more dead people on Facebook than alive people?
No, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just since you brought that up.
But
Another bonus finding.
have you ever had somebody? I've had this happen a couple times. Somebody died a long time ago, like 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You are aware of the person maybe, or maybe heard the name, but you didn't really know them, and then like you're around somebody who did know them really well, and they're like, you remember, and maybe they're drunk. This is
Right.
always a drunk scenario.
Yeah,
for me.
because they start reminiscing.
You
Yeah.
remember back whenever he would do this and that? You remember that, right? And I'm like, fucking no. I've had that happen so many times where I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
And they're just bawling, and then they're like, and they're acting like I was part of the crew.
You remember he used to kick that rubber ball around. That's what we called him, ballsy. And we're like, no, I didn't know that. I just always called him ballsy because that's what people called him.
Right.
And I met him 4 times. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
I knew a guy casually, but as soon as they died, my best friend passed away yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, my life's really terrible right now, guys. My
That
friend, my rock.
motherfuckers will tell their work that shit all day.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure all
Yeah.
of us have heard somebody be like, "My cousin died. I can't come in." And it's like, really? Because I've never fucking heard of this person before ever. You got to take the whole day off.
We used to say this one guy, one of his relatives would die every year.
No,
And it would always be like right around the 4th of July when he couldn't get the extra day off. Oh, I can't. I'm like, and then so finally we're like, how many cousins do you have? Just so we know, because we want to make a chart, you know.
They're just bad at fireworks.
Yeah, I mean, is it every July that they pass away? Maybe they should get a heart disease check. You know,
Yeah.
like not that we cared. We didn't give a fuck if you showed up for work or not.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah,
you're not that dumb.
There's only so many grandparents you have, and people definitely take advantage of
Well,
that.
he really wasn't my grandpa, but he was super old and used to live next door to us. But we called him Pappy.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna interrogate you, and you're an adult. So like, if I'm in a position where I'm your boss, I'm not gonna interrogate you about it. And that's what you were going back to earlier. It's like, if you're not going to work.
Yeah.
You're not showing up to the podcast. You're not going to work. Okay.
I do that.
Okay.
I
stop talking. You know what I mean? That's what I'm like.
My fuel pump went out on my car this week, and I had to call off of work. You know what I told my boss? Hey, my fuel pump went out on my car. I won't be making it into work. And he went, oh, all right, later.
Because
I'm a grown man.
When you say that, exactly.
Sometimes, though, I remember working with a woman who said she couldn't come into work because her kid's hamster died, and she had to go to Finley to get another hamster.
Oh, yeah, that's totally...
And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? No, you say, I'm sorry your hamster died, but that's what life's like. Things die, everything dies, I'll die, you'll die.
Now, did it die all over your house and you have to clean it up, or what?
Am I
exploded?
Do we give kids too much hope?
Yeah.
But if my kid's pet died, I'd be like, that sucks, guys. Got to go to work today.
Yeah.
So maybe when I get off work, we'll go this weekend, get you a new thing, and then
Get you an ice cream afterwards.
something.
Make you feel better. We'll bury Skippy. You
Right.
know? Yeah.
Or maybe we can go buy something we don't have to take care of every day.
I'll tell you what. My one dog passed away. She had cancer and stuff. And
Oh, man.
when she died, I buried her. I had to dig the hole. You know, I had to fucking put her in a fucking bag and fucking bury the dog.
Right.
And after the whole thing was over, and I fucking teared up. You know, I'm burying a fucking animal that I just saw die really slowly.
Yeah.
And then I go tell my kids, and they're like, "Oh, that sucks." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, you know, I think they'll get over it a lot better than I will."
Right.
Who had to fucking dig a hole, sweat my ass off. It was raining at the time.
Maybe that's what the next time make them dig the hole.
Yeah. Well, can I tell you guys a story real quick? My roommate's dog had cancer and passed away. But it died in the middle of the night while I was there, and we're in the city. So I want you to think for a moment
What
how
do
that
you do?
happens, right? What do you do?
Yeah.
I mean, what do we do? I had no idea. Like, I'm standing in the living room, and the dog clearly is dead.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know what to do here. You know?
Were you worried that he was going to think you killed it?
No. I mean,
you
what's
just
your
don't know
next
what
step?
to do with the
'Cause
dog when there's no backyard.
It's going to, we can't bury it in the backyard.
Yeah.
It's going to have problems in hours.
How big is your freezer?
And this dog was as big as your dog that I've seen in here.
Okay, so there's no way.
And I loved the thing too. So not only am I like super upset because I really liked this dog a lot, and he was super upset. It was his dog. He'd had it for 15 years.
Yeah.
We had to figure out what the fuck to do next. So he calls his mom. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. He knocked on my door and he was like, "Dude, my dog just died." And I was like, "Jesus Christ, man!" And so I run downstairs and it's laying on its bed, dead. And so the first thing I thought was wrap it in this blanket,
Right.
because out of sight, out of mind. You don't want to upset somebody even worse than they are. And he called his mom, and his mom's like, "Yeah, the earliest place there's a 24-hour place. I'll call them, but I don't think they do that shit like right now,
Right. Yeah.
So he had to wait till 7 a.m.
Uh-huh.
So his mom came, and she lived out in the country, and we wrapped the dog up. Like I said, we put it in the trunk, and he drove out with her, and they left it out in like a little shed,
Right.
But think about that. I was sitting there, I'm
there's
like,
a place for that then.
well, but think about like what would we do if we lived there and nobody knew what to do until 7 a.m.
There's nothing.
I don't know what I would have done.
This is something that happened to me, and it's a similar kind of what the hell do you do?
Yeah.
I was living in Upper Sandusky. We had a cat. It was the middle of the night. Fucking hear just a cat in horrible pain. And I'm like, wake up straight out of bed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And I go down, I can't find this fucking thing. I'm like, where is this goddamn sound coming from? It was under one of these pieces of furniture. Well, it was under the recliner. And it had got its leg, there's wires in there, and its leg was stuck in between two wires.
Oh, wow.
And it's 4 in the fucking morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I can't get it out. I can't get it down. I can't get down and pull those things apart because this cat's like, like it's like scratching and like, oh, don't get near
And
it.
then it's gonna think that every time you touch it that you're the one hurting it.
Yeah.
They need to retaliate.
And so I'm like, what do we do? So my girlfriend at the time called her dad. He came down. We threw a Carhartt coat on it. And it clawed through that. We couldn't even get it to hold it down with the Carhartt coat, which is supposedly, if I remember the commercials correctly, you could go out in bear country and be fine. But no, a cat was clawing through that material. So what we had to do was first we called the fire department. They laughed at us because they were like, what do you want us to do? And then we called the Humane Society, and they were, of course, closed.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you left with? So just so happened, my girlfriend at the time's parents had a good relationship with this vet around town because they had a dog. They had health problems. They called him. He made a house call,
which is like non-existent.
Yeah, didn't even charge us for it.
Oh, wow.
He charged us for because he
sedative.
He had us hold the coat on it, and he shot it with a sedative. We got the thing off. It was like it might as well have been dead. It was, laid it on the couch, got rid of that chair. But holy shit, man!
Yeah,
nothing is worse than not knowing what to do.
Yeah, especially it's like ripped out of your sleep in the middle of the night like that. Like I'm looking at this thing that was alive 4 hours before, and a loving, awesome thing, and it's dead. It's just in the floor, and I was just like. I go, and my friend's upset, and I'm like, he goes, dude, what do we do? And I'm like, I have no fucking idea. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I have no clue,
Yeah.
We're in the city, and you think you could call a 24-hour, person. No, there was nothing. I'm searching on my phone, and it's like kind of laughing at me. Close, 24 hours, only certain things. Close.
Right.
So,
there's nothing worse than the middle of the night having to deal with some shit you don't know how to handle.
After we got the car, got it loaded up in the car, he had the thing of whiskey, and I was like, hey, can I have a couple of shots of that whiskey?
Right.
He's like, fuck yeah. I goes, I need his nerves were shaking too.
Yeah.
So we did a couple of shots of
some
Jack
weird
Daniels.
5 a.m.
Yeah, it's like 5 a.m.
Hey man,
I mean, I felt
bet you
terrible for him.
Slept like a baby after that nightmare.
Yeah, it was, and it still sits seared in my mind, man. I'll never forget. It was the worst thing I'd seen.
Yeah. They will not do that shit at your best convenience.
Yeah.
I think they do it on purpose. It's not like the dogs and cats you had back in the day. I remember having cats that they'd be around for 10 years plus, and then they would they just go away.
Crawl off somewhere.
They're just like, I'm gonna go die over here.
Yeah,
and you never see them
that.
again. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now you're admitting to cats aren't so bad.
No, I don't like cats.
Okay.
I'm saying I'm glad they're dead.
He's like, yeah, they should be there. That's the way it should be. They should all be dead.
They should crawl away and die.
Yeah. Anyways, let's wrap this up. Any final words from you, gentlemen, before we go?
No.
Anti-establishmentarianism.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's a mouthful.
That's what she said.
Thanks for watching, listening, whatever you want. Whatever you want to call it. God damn it. ZTOTV, you know all the things. We'll see you.